You go.
Hi.
Perfect. Hey, Maria, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you so much. Also, thank you so much for being here. It is so cool and awesome to have, what better way to start an epic evening with an epic guest, right?
Oh, thank you.
Perfect. So before we start, thank you so much for those who are watching this right now, or if you're watching this later on YouTube or on Spotify, thank you so much. Make sure that you follow with Maria in all the social media. And also, if it is your birthday, happy birthday. If it is a good day, keep having it. And I'm so happy that, hopefully this video can also keep making your day a good one. And let's get started. So before we start, I have to give you a proper intro, proper welcome. So if you have seen some of my episodes before, you know exactly what I'm about to do. If not, that's fine. Let me show you that. There you go. Epic, right?
Very. Yeah.
Okay. Now, starting with the whole interview. Now, tell me how your acting career started.
So, it started at the church I grew up in. I was in Children of Eden. No, I'm kidding. So my mom, well, no, that part's true, but that's not how it started. So my mom actually was a film and television actress, and she went to this acting workshop. And so when I was later a teenager, she brought me to that workshop that she trained in, and then from there got the ball rolling, and that's how it all started. That
is cool. And what were some of the challenges that you had when you were recently starting?
So I feel like I'm speaking for a lot of actors when I talk about this, but when you first start as an actor, you kind of don't know where to start. You don't have a team behind you. You're not in the union, so you kind of just like try and get your foot in the door as fast as possible, which is like something you don't want to do. Yeah, and so I think in the beginning, I just kind of went on a bunch of auditions that I couldn't tell were like legit or not, and I would think, oh, should I bring a tall friend with me to these auditions, like that kind of thing. So those were definitely a struggle at first, but you know, that's before SAG, before managers and actors, and so, or managers and agents. So yeah.
Okay. You know, it's interesting, right? Whenever you are recently started with this new career, you don't know anything about it, and at the same time, it's interesting because you will be doing like a lot of stuff, and you will be learning like a lot of stuff as well, right? In order to kind of give it the form, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely like a learning process on the way.
Totally. Wow. So in 2010, you were in Fire, Ice, Just and Water. Tell me, was that like your first video short experience? And like, what are some of the things that you learned from those? Yeah, like from that performance.
Yeah, that is a huge throwback right there. I think I actually see some people on live right now who are like some of the original fans from that. But yeah, so that was the first video like recordings of my acting ever, and it started out with just me, group of friends who have a passion for acting, mermaids, making shows and everything. Hello. And yeah, that's kind of how it started. It went on YouTube, and it wasn't something that I really thought about, and it was like the first time something of mine got like super big and blown up, and it wasn't until like later when I got to like really appreciate it, and I didn't realize like how big and passionate those people are on the internet. And it's definitely like the thing that really led me into this industry was that show, Fire, Ice, Just and Water.
That is cool. And then you were in Hawaii 5-0, which is really cool, by the way. Tell me about that experience from being like in that show that everybody knows.
Yeah, I feel like that's a show that like not many people knew I did. But so basically, my former manager, now publicist, we were shooting for a different show at the time. It's a reality show called Tropical Fever, and so we were out in Hawaii, and when we were there, I wasn't actually a part of the reality show. It's like a it's like a weird like taboo thing for actors to be in reality, by the way.
Yeah.
But while we were there, we were talking to some people, and we were able to get me to Hawaii Five-0 as like a day player, co-star, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it was super fun. They film like all over Hawaii. They film in like Maui, Oahu, Honolulu. I also found out that they film in studios in LA and Canada, China. So it's like not even just Hawaii, but
Yeah.
super fun.
That is really cool. And then you were in Easy Answer and The Sex Talk. Tell me about those projects, but also about your characters as well.
Of course. So so both of those were shorts, and the titles kind of speak itself. Easy Answer. So my character Cassidy, she's kind of just a hipster type girl.
Okay.
Very into. Favorite band was Grateful Dead. Lots of dating in that movie. And then in The Sex Talk, it's a film with these two girls. The actors in it, Lily Faze and Brittany Gabriel. Lily Faze played Amy, who is my aunt in the film, and the whole thing is just like trying to build up how to give the sex talk to her niece, which was me. And because the whole time they're thinking, oh, like my niece needs to hear about the sex talk. She has so many questions, or she says that she has questions for me, so let's figure out a way to tell her the sex talk. And so there's a lot of like educational stuff in it. And then at the very end, I asked the question I've been dying to ask them, and they had nothing to do about sex.
Yeah. And like, what are some of the what are some of the things that you usually do, or like, do you have like a specific technique, let's say, in order to prepare and play a character?
My technique is to not have a technique. So I feel like when you're hired as an actor, they see you already as the character, so you don't have to do anything to like become a character, if that makes sense, because they already see you as that character. So all you have to do is just know who you are, and as long as you know who you are, it shows on camera. Yeah.
That is cool. And what do you think is the key to make a relatable character?
I think just knowing who you are, and knowing, when you are people watching, everyone does this, you just stare at people. The ones who are interesting are the ones who just like, don't even know that other people are watching them. And I feel like as much as you like take time off and not being aware of yourself, that's when you're most admirable and most relatable, is when you're just honest and you are who you are. Yeah,
totally. And what would you say is an important aspect for storytelling?
An important aspect for story, I think knowledge is power. If you don't know what you're talking about, the story's not going to come across. You really have to have an opinion on things. You really have to sorry, I'm like reading the comments at the same time. It's like messing me up. Hello. So I think as long as you have knowledge on what you're saying, then that's when you can't just like not know what you're talking about and start talking about something. It won't come across.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is. It is really important. Otherwise, you're gonna make yourself look like a fool.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, you also directed Fire, Ice, Just Add Water. So tell me, like, how was the process of directing, and like, what are some of the things that you learned from that experience?
I can talk about this show all day. I love Fire, Ice, Just Add Water. So it started out as that, and then it upgraded and evolved into what is now called Connected. That is what the show is actually called. And it's just it's the same storyline. It just started over, and it's us when we were younger, but now high schoolers. And so because the three main actors in that, which were me and then a couple other girls, we were the seasoned actors, so we were able to have input into how the show was directed and written. And so I was able to take part into directing a few episodes and writing a few episodes, which was super fun. It's nice because it's like I know so much about the show, so I'm able to like be able to put how I felt like it should go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like direct, like oh, I think it should go this way, and then we were able to make it happen.
That is awesome. And what are some of the things that you like? Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, what are some of the things that you like the most about directing?
I just love being in control.
Okay.
But like, I feel like sometimes my brain is just like exploding with fireworks, and I just like want to say something, because when you're on a normal set where you're just hired specifically as an actor, you are being told from the director like what their vision is, which I obviously always respect. And I always feel like the best directors are the ones who don't tell you how to act, but just give you literally directors giving you direction. And so being able to take part of being a director was super cool, because I didn't have to tell my co-stars how to act. I just told them directions, and it felt really cool.
Totally.
Yeah.
So cool. And tell me, like, what motivates you? I mean, we all have those days, right, in which we will be constantly asking ourselves if we should continue doing what makes us happy, or we get into this kind of toxic bubble, in which we are not sure if we should continue doing it or not. We will compare our careers with others or stuff like that. And tell me, like, what makes you to be like out of that bubble, like toxic bubble, and to be in this position to be like, I'm just gonna continue to do what I love the most,
So a couple things with that. I think the number one thing that you have to have is belief. If you don't have belief, your bridge is going to collapse.
Yeah.
And belief is also what drives the passion in the first place. So people can say that they have a love for something, but that love is always on and off. The moment you don't believe in yourself, the moment everything collapses and you won't make it. And also too, especially during quarantine, when you hop on other outlets like Clubhouse or anything where there's a bunch of other actors in the industry, a lot of them go for the negative. For some reason, I don't know how they come up with the negative, but they're like, oh, I have like 3 auditions today, I have no time. And it's like, why are you focusing so much on the negative? Why don't you focus on the positive? You have 3 auditions today. Like, that's crazy, And so I just think that what really just motivates me to keep going is to have belief in myself and know that it's fun, and this job is just so fun,
Totally, yeah. I do agree on that. I mean, you get the chance to be somebody totally, so somebody else, totally different as you, right? You get the chance to do cool stuff here and there, to learn new stuff, and also you get sometimes to go to so many different places, countries and stuff like that.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
I almost went to New Zealand once or something. So yeah, it's really cool. It's like, instead of complaining about having to do your job, just be happy that you're doing your job.
Yeah, totally. But you know what? I think that happens. Like, I think that happens that there's a moment in which we stop kind of being grateful, and we take things for granted. You know what I mean? I do believe that whenever you get into this position in which you take things for granted, you stop basically enjoying those little things, and at the same time you want more. But normally what I would say is how would you say that you want more stuff when you are not enjoying what you have right now in order to get to that point? You know what I mean?
Exactly. You have to be very grateful for where you are.
Totally. Now, if you could describe your career at the moment on a movie, TV show, or even a book, why not? Tell me, what would be the title of it?
Oh my gosh, there's so many movies out there. There's a movie, and this has nothing to do with the plot, but by Margot Robbie and Will Smith.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, it's called Focus.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where my career is at right now, is on the focus level.
Okay.
Focus
I
mode.
like it.
Yeah.
And if you could describe it, your career as well, but on a drink, which one would you pick?
Water, because it's needed to survive. I actually took I think it was a BuzzFeed quiz once, and I took that quiz of like, what drink are you? And it was whiskey on the rocks, and I think it was like something about like being tough and not everyone likes you, but it doesn't matter, and it takes a while for people to get to know you, type of thing. And so that was described to me on the internet. But I would say the career-wise, water, because you need it to survive.
There you go. There you go. There you go. So basically, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Now, what can we expect from you in the future?
You can expect to see more of my face on your Instagram, on everyone's Instagram feeds.
Fantastic.
Also, I'm trying to think of anything recent that's coming out. I think the most next recent thing will be in 2022. Is actually I have a couple projects lined up. I can't announce them yet, but the one I can announce is called Don't Worry, Darling. It comes out in September of 2022. It's a horror thriller film, and you get to watch a scene of me shouting like a whole line.
There you go. I like that. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
And we have the exclusive here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That's like the first time I've ever like announced that on social media, is that movie. I haven't really announced that one yet.
Great. Yeah, I like it. I like that we that here we have exclusive stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, if you could give an advice to the 12-year-old version of yourself, what would you say?
Don't go to little Susie's party next weekend. Her party sucks. No, I'm just kidding. I would probably tell little 12-year-old Mariah that her life is fine where it is. It's not gonna get better as an adult. The mean girls at school is not as bad as the adult version. No, just kidding. I said just kidding way too many times. So I would just tell Mariah, like, your life's gonna be great. Trust me. Just keep going with the flow. Don't rush anything. And you got this.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And Mariah, like, my last question here is, what advice could you give to those who recently started their dreams? Because I think for everybody, whenever you want to start doing something, you don't know. Yeah, basically, you don't know what the hell you're doing. You know. So, what could you say to them that they are like asking themselves if they should start, or maybe hold a little bit? Because we also have those moments too that even family members sometimes will tell you that you should get something stable, you know, like something different. So what would you say to those who are in this moment in their life in which they should start doing what they love or not? And also, like, those who are recently starting.
So I would first say, if you're looking at it as a dream, you might be disappointed, because dreams are dreams and eventually you will wake up from it and it doesn't come true. You have to look at it as a career and something to invest your time and life in. And hello. And I would just say, like, really have a plan, because you see also, this is just, I think, my observation throughout quarantine, is just being on social media too much and looking at other actors, but so many of them being like, oh, I live here and I'm just gonna throw my life away and move to LA and get discovered. Like, it doesn't work like that. So to really focus on how this industry works, get your classes in first, like, learn your craft first, train hard, then get your foot in the door. And this goes with anything, with like music, dancing, anything in the entertainment industry. Like, really learn your craft first before you drop everything and just like go for it. Because like, it's, I mean, as harsh as it sounds, you won't get discovered by just walking on the street. You have to really put in work and all of your time and life into it. And that's my, to really like acknowledge that first before going.
Preach on that one. Yeah, it's true. It is true. I think that for a lot of people might happen that that they would think that it's super. I mean, of course, that they wouldn't think that it's easy, but they would think that you just need to go one place and that's it. And probably like 50 years ago, maybe you will have to go to some place specifically to make that happen. But right now, I mean, you can get discovered everywhere. You know, I mean, you can get discovered like from every part of the world, and we've seen it. You know, like with a lot of examples here and there. So I do agree on that you need to take it as a career and take it seriously. You know, that is like one of the things that a lot of people that one time this actress told me that if you wanna do something, make sure that you are treating it as a job. You know, even if it's fun and you love it, that's perfect. But it's a job, because the moment you start treating it different, then it's not gonna be the same. You know.
Yeah, like literally, you literally have to treat it like it's a business. I even like went to college and took business classes for this, and to like know that you are representing yourself and you are selling.
Totally.
You yourself are an entrepreneur for yourself, and you have to like learn how to do that and realize that it's a full-time job.
Totally. Wow. I mean, Mariah, what can I say? I mean, your career is really cool. What you're doing is awesome, and as I said here, it is super inspiring. And also, I do believe that especially in actors and I mean like in every career, but in actors specifically, you basically guys bring us entertainment. You guys bring us cool projects here and there, and of course, what you do is not easy, because you will sometimes be rejected 100 times just to get one role. You know.
Exactly.
So the fact that you keep doing it, that you keep pushing it, is really cool, and also really, it's very inspirational, because it shows us that dreams can come true, yes, but as we just mentioned before, we need to treat them as a job, and you need to actually be focused that at first might not gonna be working. You know, it might gonna have like a flaws here and there, and it's gonna take you like a lot of time. But if you put a lot of effort on it and you just keep focused, at some point something big can happen, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I love what you just said.
Perfect. So again, Mariah, I mean, keep doing what you do. As I said, I'm super sure that eventually we're gonna see you in this very huge, epic movie franchise and everywhere. I mean, not only on Instagram, but we will open Twitter. You will be there. We will open Facebook. You will be there everywhere. So keep doing what you do. As I said here, you're super inspirational in what you do. So keep pushing it. And also, I want to thank those who are watching. If you, thank you so much for those who watch this right now. If you're watching this later also on YouTube or listening to this later on Spotify, make sure that you follow Mariah in all of the social media. Normally, what I would say is for you to put pause, then leave a like, subscribe, follow super quick, then go follow, then hydrate, and then go follow Mariah. Leave a million likes, share the content. I mean, let's make sure that the whole world knows about this talented actress and make it back. And again, Mariah, thank you so much for making this happen. Before I send you off, I need to send you off again in a proper epic way. So. And keep rocking. You have an amazing rest of the week, an amazing weekend then, and nothing but amazing stuff, because you totally deserve it.
Thank you so much. Have a great week.
You too. Have a good one. Okay. Bye.
Bye.